Hey, how's it going, guys? I wanted to make this video to talk about 10 of my favorite healthy and positive coping mechanisms that I use personally each day or each week to keep myself in a good state physically, mentally, energetically, and emotionally. And these practices and habits have been particularly helpful for me over the past 18 months during this global crisis. What I think we'd all agree that we've been affected by this in one way or another. And a lot of the time what I'm seeing is that we're choosing unhealthy and negative coping mechanisms that are just going to cause us to spiral downwards. Some of these, if used too much or if we depend on them exclusively, such as like drinking alcohol. I do drink alcohol, but sparingly. Watching Netflix, reading constant fear-based news, unhelpful thinking loops, sitting around all day just looking at screens, not getting outside. So, some of these things can be positive when used in small doses, but if we depend exclusively on those types of coping mechanisms, it can have a very negative effect on us. A lot of us right now are experiencing negative emotional states such as fear, boredom, anger, resentment, restlessness, anxiety about the uncertainty of the future, different things like this. So we don't want to be stuck in these negative emotional states. We need to try to consciously cultivate positive mental, energetic, emotional, and physical habits for ourselves. So without further ado, let's go through my top 10 favorite coping mechanisms that we can use to cultivate a positive mental, emotional, energetic, and physical state of being. Number 1, yoga. There are countless benefits for yoga, but primarily let's just focus on the physical aspect of what we get from yoga. If we're sitting around a lot, it can affect our posture, and having a bad posture can affect our mood, our mind, and emotions too. So physically practicing yoga helps us to have a good, confident, proud, open posture and to live in a pain-free way. Number 2, breathwork. Practicing breathwork or breathing exercises has a great influence on our energetic and emotional state. We can use breathing exercises which help to elevate our energy levels, and we can also use breathing exercises which help to relax us and calm us down again so we're not in an anxious state. Number 3, meditation. So with meditation, again, there's lots of benefits, but one of the best things we can get from meditation is just better clarity, better focus, and better inner calm inside our mind so that we can navigate reality more clearly. Number 4, mindset training. So basically mindset training is trying to consciously choose the information that we're consuming and the beliefs and the thought and patterns that we're having. So it might be rather than watching all fear-based news, we're going to consciously direct ourselves to listening to some positive Stoic philosophy or a podcast which is going to teach us to think in better patterns, or we might use affirmations and mantras to remind ourselves of the types of thoughts that we want to be thinking. Number 5, walking and running. This has a really calming effect on us. It communicates to our mind that we're moving forward, helps to minimize and reduce stress and anxiety, and it's just a very positive habit. Number 6, calisthenics. So calisthenics involves strength training practices such as pull-ups and push-ups, and some skill-based practices like handstands. Physically, it's very good for us. Mentally, it communicates to us something like, I am getting stronger, which is very beneficial. Number 7, carefully considered nutrition. This may involve focusing on the protein that we're getting, the good quality of fats and carbohydrates that we're getting. Obviously, it doesn't have to be perfect. We can treat ourselves sometimes. That's not what carefully considered nutrition is about, but following some sort of meal plan and maybe incorporating intermittent fasting in there and having set meal times and sort of set meals that we're going to eat, this can have a very good effect on the way that our body and our mind functions. Number 8, sunlight. The sun is our life giver, and we need vitamin D. We need to get sunlight every day. It's proven that people who live in colder climates with less sunlight are more prone to depression, and people who get more sunlight can have a better mind, mood, and emotions just from being outside and getting that vitamin D3. Number 9, digital detox. So digital detox might be deciding consciously to take either 30 minutes or 60 minutes or 2 hours a day where you're not going to look at your phone, you're not going to look at your computer, not going to watch TV, and you're going to do things which involve not spending time staring at screens. And number 10, in my opinion, the number one most underrated factor in influencing good quality of health is 7 to 9 hours of deep sleep a night in a dark and cold room. When we sleep properly, we wake up feeling refreshed and everything is better. So something you might notice about all 10 of these healthy and positive coping mechanisms is that they are all within our control. It doesn't rely on things outside of ourselves to be able to integrate these into our lives and our schedules. We may need to go about learning some of them, like by hiring a coach or by doing some research online, but we can all, to greater or lesser extents, incorporate these practices today to help to have a greater quality of life and to feel as though we're more in control of what's going on with our lives and with the world in general. I hope this video has been helpful and interesting. If you'd like any help integrating or learning any of the practices you've heard about in this video, just get in contact. My name's Nathaniel, and I help people here in Thailand and all around the world to thrive in health in body, mind, and energy. See ya.